The road we're on is paved in Garth.
Come along on the journey.
As we explore
Garthology.
Think of it more as a conversation. I like that. So if this is truly a conversation, then I say let the conversation begin. Showtime!
Hey guys, it's Deb.
And I'm Pete.
And I'm Jess.
Welcome to Season 3, Episode 9 of Garthology. For today's episode, we are jumping right back into our Garth Games. This is Part 5 of the Garth Games, and in this episode, we are discussing 2 different brackets, so we're narrowing it down, guys. We are going to be discussing love songs to the final 2 songs in that bracket, and we will also be narrowing down our hits category to the final 2 songs in that bracket. If you haven't checked out our bracket form, you can find it at our website and on our social media accounts. Now, let's start with our first love song battle for this round. That is Shameless versus When You Come Back to Me Again. Yikes. Okay, so let's start with Pete. Which song moves on in this bracket for you?
So this one is actually 2 songs that I kind of went back and forth on, but When You Come Back to Me Again, it is a great song, and I love the story behind the song. I love the lyrics of the song, but ultimately, when it comes down to it, Shameless is just an amazing song by Garth Brooks, and it's a song that when he plays it live, whether it's at the one-man show, it's in a stadium arena, and or it's in some kind of indoor venue, that song just brings everybody together. And it's just one of my favorite songs. The guitar comes off. I mean, it's just Garth and the gravel in his voice and that song. I love everything about it. So Shameless moves on for me. How about you, Jess?
This one was really hard for me because I love both of these songs. And this is probably the 2 out of all of them that I would have picked to not have be up against each other, honestly, of all the songs that were paired together. But if you've listened to our podcast in the past, you know that I love When You Come Back to Me Again. I think I've talked about it a couple of times, and I just can't, as much as I love Shameless, and I do love the song, it had to be When You Come Back to Me Again.
What?
For this one. There's such beautiful moments, there's such beautiful harmonies, the story of the song, even the music, the crescendos in it. I can't, there's so few songs that'll beat that for me. So I had to pick that one. So
Bo does not agree with you. He's
I
crying.
know, my son is crying. He's like not loving that at all.
He's like, no way, Mom, you're wrong.
He's like, I'm with Uncle Pete on that one. Well, unfortunately, Bo doesn't get a vote. So yes, that means Deb has to break a tie on this one.
Come on.
Yeah. You're in the hot seat, Deb.
Yeah, this was also really difficult for me. And I mean, I know from now on it's going to get harder to do this. Who thought of this stupid game? I don't like it.
You did.
It's really hard and it's super painful. And now I have to break a tie for these 2 songs. It's too difficult. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to pass on this one. So let's just move on to the next bracket.
No.
The people deserve a winner, Auntie. No. Now just go with your nephew and let's move along.
Hey,
I don't want to pick. Okay. All right. Well, okay. So when you come back to me again, it truly gives me chills when I listen to it. Like, I love the movie Frequency that had this song on the soundtrack. And my favorite part is in right around the 240 mark and the 334 marks when Garth really gets into the lyrics. Like, the music builds and soars. And in the video, Garth even emphasizes the lyrics with his fist. It's just so good. Like Jess said, it just builds and it's so good. And he's also great in the quiet parts throughout the whole rest of the song. His voice is just perfection.
Right? So I feel like you agree with me, and yet I'm sensing a but.
There's got to be one reason why she doesn't, and I know what it is.
So, all that greatness, right? Like, I have to go with that one, right? But I picked Shameless.
Yes!
Oh,
I
knew you
knew
were
it
gonna
would
say that.
overrule.
You were building it up too much. I was like, ah.
I just have too much history with Shameless. So even though I love When You Come Back to Me Again, Shameless had to move on for me. It was the first song I ever danced with to my boyfriend at the time, who's now my husband. It was the song we picked to be our first dance. I mean, it's like tied up into the fiber of my life, probably more so than any other Garth song. So you combine the meaning it has in my life along with the actual song itself, the lyrics, the emotion, the sentiment, the music, Garth's delivery, Trisha's belt. Like, it's the perfect recording of the perfect song, in my opinion.
Yeah, it really
So
is. It's so
it
hard.
is.
This is
I know,
really
and I
hard.
know that Garth says that Friends in Low Places is his anthem and that he believes the dance will be what he's remembered for. But for me, Shameless will always be both of those. So that's why I had to pick it. I had to.
Well,
I'm
well, well.
sorry, Jess.
My poor song left there on the cutting room floor.
Ah, that hurts.
It gone.
Okay. So that was even more painful.
That was
It
mean,
gone.
Pete. That was real
Sorry,
mean.
sorry.
Okay, so now it's been decided. Shameless will move on. So let's continue in the love song bracket and get past this. So now we're at Two of a Kind versus In Another's Eyes. They're in the ring, they're battling it out. I will start this one. In Another's Eyes is one of my favorite Garth and Trisha duets. Like, every time I hear it, I can picture them so clearly singing it live because I've been lucky enough to see them do it multiple times. So again, you have a song ingrained in my life. That makes this decision so much more difficult, just like the last one. So, looking at Two of a Kind, I just think it's great that we're able to include a fast, upbeat song in the love songs category. That's unusual, and it's one of the things that I really love about this song. And overall, Two of a Kind is a great song. The lyrics, the music, Garth is flirty and happy in the recording. It's just a standout song and one of his very best. So, all of that being said, I had to pick In Another's Eyes. It had to move on for me because I believe it is Garth and Trisha in one of their very best duets, and it's mesmerizing to watch them when they perform it live together. So that for me is what ultimately had to win it over. All right, Pete, which song moves on for you?
I have to agree with everything that you said. Starting this round, In Another's Eyes had a little bit of a strike going against it for me because it did take out Red Strokes, which I absolutely adore. I absolutely adore it. But after the fact that I was able to accept the fact that, you know what, listening to you guys and looking at the history of both of those songs, In Another's Eyes is obviously a song that has done really, really well for Garth and Trisha both. And I look back at it and I think, that song did deserve to move on. Now, when I compare it to Two of a Kind, there is just something about Two of a Kind that it's a song that if you listen to it once, you want to listen to it again. And if you listen to it again, you listen to it again and again and again. And the lyrics just continuously get better and better. And there's just something about that song to me that will always make me grab the volume button and turn it up. So as good as In Another's Eyes is, I had to go with Two of a Kind.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Jess, but I had to
Oh.
go with Two of a Kind.
It's probably good that we don't always agree on the same songs every time, but it sure is easier when we all agree on the same things.
That it is.
Because every time it sets someone up, not nice.
Two of a Kind, like Auntie was saying, it is a unique love song because it is upbeat and quick. There's just so much about it that I love. And because, my bracket is virtually perfect other than Red Strokes. It's going to be sad to see In Another's Eyes leave, but go ahead and just ring this one out. Send on Two of a Kind. I'm lobbying. Let's go.
Well, okay. I, again, love both of these songs. I'm waiting for the time that I come around that I'm like, oh, I hate that song. So this is really easy for me. Hasn't happened yet, but I keep waiting for something to be paired against something that I don't care about. But I really do like both of these songs, and they're both honestly ones that are on my playlist a lot and that I still listen to a lot, because there are songs that I enjoy that are rare on my playlist for whatever reason, but these two are still circulating pretty regularly. In Another's Eyes has points for me because it's a duet, and we've talked about, like, I love the duets. We've talked about how beautiful their voices are together, and I, pretty much all of their duets I think are amazing. And so there's probably a little bit of maybe like a bonus there, because it's like, you get to tag team it. You get two for the price of one, two great voices in there. Also, it's a great story song. I remember where I was, like the age that I was when the song came out, and how much I loved it. And then Two of a Kind, that's one of those that Garth classics that I feel like I have always known that it's just always been there in my life. I remember that my parents both even loved that song when it came out, and how often there's not all the songs that you love that your parents love the same music as you. So I remember that they really liked that song, and it's, you do kind of jump around a little bit when it's on, and that's always fun. And like you guys both touched on, it's different that it's a love song and it's fast, because most love songs are slower and more ballady. But at the end of the day, as much as I love them both, I'm so sorry, Peter, but I had to go with Another's Eyes.
Come on, man. What the? That's some bullshit. Gotta be kidding me, that damn song. There's no way that song goes on to the next. Dang it. Son of a.
Good.
It is so good. That one song has destroyed my entire bracket, just so you guys know. That's like the biggest underdog in March Madness, going all the way to the Final Four. This is some bull. I think you guys got money on that song, and this is jinxed. And I'd like to call for some kind of official to come in and recheck this. This is nonsense.
Bo is the official, and he says
Bo doesn't get a vote. Bo doesn't get a vote. You just said that.
He doesn't get a vote because he's the official.
The official.
Give all the rules.
Oh, the official rule guy. Okay.
Yeah, and it just so happens that he speaks through me. So
I can't believe In Another's Eyes knocked out the very two songs that are out of Pete's brackets. Like, that's
son of a gun, man.
We're gonna make him dislike the song, though. He's gonna have negative feelings towards it now.
It's just because you guys watched the movie. That's all.
No, what movie?
I don't know. There
was no movie.
There was no movie with this one. See, if you did the homework and actually watched the movies we asked you to watch, you would know that this was not a movie.
Oh, is it not in the movie? Okay.
No, when you come back to me again, in the last bracket was In Frequency, which is an excellent movie, by the way, and you should watch it.
Oh.
Yeah, it really is an excellent movie. And it's even one that I wouldn't say, like, some of them we've been like, okay, it's a chick flick. We're asking you to watch a chick flick. But Frequency was not at all.
Not at all a chick flick.
Fathers and sons and firefighters and
yeah. So although good. I do think you should still watch Hope Floats.
No.
Yes, by the way.
No. Unless one of you guys change your vote for that song.
Not gonna happen.
No, not gonna happen. You can stay movie ignorant and whatever, that's fine.
Okay, so now our love song bracket is down to just 2 songs. Shameless will be battling In Another's Eyes in an upcoming Garthology episode. I can't believe it.
That's going to be another
look
very
what you guys did. Look what you guys just did.
Yeah.
Now, Auntie, you got your wedding song against In Another's Eyes, your whole duet. And look at you. Look at what you've done. I tried to help, and you didn't take my help.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to tell you right now, that next bracket's very easy for me after that BS.
Okay, so the next bracket, we're gonna head on down to the hits bracket. Tonight's first hits battle is Unanswered Prayers versus If Tomorrow Never Comes.
Okay, this sucks.
Yeah. Jess, let's have you go first this time. Which of these 2 great songs moves on for you?
This one was hard for me because I do love both of these songs. Neither one of them I would say are like my favorite all-time song, but I kind of love them equally though. So I really had to go back and just listen and see how I felt as I listened to them, and kind of tried to think, okay, which one would I want to listen to again right away? And it was hard. It was very hard. But at the end of the day, both beautiful messages, both equally well performed. But I had to go with Unanswered Prayers.
Oh,
That's a good
no.
So now the problem becomes, what do you
Why are
think,
you
Scout?
laughing, Deb? What's wrong?
Deb, how do you feel about these two?
So, I mean, like we've said, I knew this was going to get harder, and it has.
And it's the hits. So, I mean, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, these are all great songs. So this may have been the absolutely most difficult round for me, this one right here. Because how in the world do you pick between Unanswered Prayers and If Tomorrow Never Comes, right?
Yeah.
And so I just had to go with my gut on this one. And my gut picked If Tomorrow Never Comes.
Oh,
no. Because, I mean, don't get me wrong. Unanswered Prayers is beautiful. The sentiment is so great, like you said. But I guess the sentiment in If Tomorrow Never Comes just pushes it over the top for me. Because, yes, picking the right person to share your life with is absolutely necessary, which is what Unanswered Prayers means to me. But making sure every single person in your life knows how much you love them before you go, to me, that's essential.
Oh, now you're making me want to change my
Sorry. That's what actually made the decision for me. Because otherwise, weighing these two songs against each other, it's impossible. So that's what I had to do. I had to just say, which is more important? Finding the right person to share my life with, or making sure every person in my life knows I love them. So I went with If Tomorrow Never Comes. So now, Pete, Jess can't go backwards.
Yeah,
she doesn't get to change.
Here's an easy one for you. Make that decision.
All right. This one was, I'd have to say, and I may have said it before, but now looking at it a little bit more as it's getting a little bit harder, this for sure was the toughest choice for me so far between these two songs. And Deb, you are right. Tomorrow, If Tomorrow Never Comes, it is essential in life to make sure that everybody around you knows how much you love them, because you never know if tomorrow's never promised, right? You never know. There's one guaranteed thing in life, and that's that none of us are going to make it out of it alive. And you just have to hope that you've done enough to let the people around you know that you love them. But when I listen to Unanswered Prayers, and I think we talked about it before in past podcasts, this song hits a little different to me. It's a little bit more meaningful, because there was a point in my life where, I didn't really know what was going to happen. And, there was things maybe or times in my life where, there was something I was hoping my life was going to go in one direction, and whether it was with one person or in one situation, whatever it was, maybe it wasn't answered, but ultimately those unanswered prayers, wishes, dreams, whatever it may be, it got me to where I am today. So sitting here in this chair today, recording this episode, I had to go with unanswered prayers, because I think with those prayers or those messages, those beliefs or those dreams being unanswered, it allowed me to get to where I am in my life today. I'm super blessed with the woman that I love, and my kids, and that was the song. That was why. So I went with that one.
Okay, I'll forgive
you. Now, do you want to go back and change your?
No.
Both very compelling arguments.
Yeah, so that
beautiful
was,
song though, both of them beautiful. But I'm glad Unanswered Prayers is moving on.
I am crushed. This one of all of them really has crushed me.
Yeah, it was hard.
Pete might swap you for Shameless.
Yeah, you want to go back to that bracket? Make a little trade here. We go off record.
Okay. All right. It is what it is. We're one and done there. So, our final battle of the night is also in the hits column. It's the very bottom left corner, and it is Friends in Low Places versus The Dance. I mean, it's impossible. And I don't know about you guys, but I think maybe we should just stop here. Like, just stop.
Right.
We can just call it a day, be done.
Can't do that.
Be like, we failed.
No,
right?
We can't do it.
Throw
We
up
can't
our
decide.
hands, give up. Okay.
We've made it this far. We could truck on through it.
All right. So since you say that, Pete, I'm going to start with you because I'm pretty sure I know what you're going to pick. So you go.
Yeah. Friends in Low Places may be the anthem. The dance is the song that Garth will always, or that he will go to his grave with. And for me, the dance will always win. And that's all I have to say about it.
Mm.
So,
Oh.
Jess, what do you got?
This one is really hard for me in that it is in the hits category. And I mean, if you just said throw out some of Garth's hits, those would probably be the two that would come to mind first, like literally number 1 and 2. And deciding which one will be number 1 and number 2 is not an easy thing. So, I mean, even though these songs didn't start out paired up against each other, the fact that this is where we've ended up in the bracket with these two, it makes it really hard. That being said, I think the emotional part wins out for me, and I have to say that even though Friends in Low Places is an amazing song and everyone knows it and it is his anthem, I think everyone knows the dance, everyone loves the dance, and it's the dance.
Yeah.
Like, that message is just beyond not only a Garth song, but like so many songs in general. Like, there's few songs that are gonna beat that one ever. I mean, we'll see how it pans out, but it's steep competition to get anywhere close to that one. So I don't know, Deb. Do you think there's any world in which Friends in Low Places beats the dance?
I
Or
do.
are you gonna decide with us?
No, I do think that there is a world where Friends in Low Places beats the dance because these are two completely different songs. So for them to battle against each other, it's like no.
It is kind of apples and oranges
It is
a little bit.
right, exactly. Like, how do you compare Friends in Low Places versus the dance? They're two different, and so I had to pick the dance also. Like,
I love how you really built
So,
that up.
yeah, the
and you
dance,
were
that's
like,
it.
But I also agree.
I mean, like everything you guys said, Friends in Low Places is the anthem, but the dance is the dance. And I think that ultimately that really is, for any Garth fan, that's really all you have to say is the dance is the dance.
Right. I have to agree. And I'll tell you right now, if you take the songs that don't advance, that don't make it, and you put them in another bracket, and you don't bring the songs that did advance in, Friends goes all the way to the finals. For sure.
I agree.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
Yeah.
That's how hard it is for those songs.
So that finishes up the hits bracket as far as all of the battles except for one, right? And now that one battle is Unanswered Prayers versus the dance. So good luck with that. I'm just saying.
Oh,
so something to look forward to on a
hard.
future Garthology episode, because for now we're done.
Oh.
And we will head into some breaking news.
Breaking news.
Recently announced, Garth Brooks is set for Birmingham, Alabama, Saturday, June 4th at 7 p.m. Tickets went on sale Friday, April 8th at 10 a.m. If you didn't get your tickets yet, jump on Ticketmaster and get some right away. Good luck. Have you checked out our website at garthology.com yet? If not, stop by today and check out our past episodes and bonus content. And remember to subscribe to our podcast on your podcast platform of choice. Finally, be sure and share us with everyone you know. That way you can help your friends in low places become Garthologists too.
Yeah, and speaking of Friends in Low Places, if you guys are on social media, if you guys enjoy using Facebook, we are at facebook.com/GarthologyCast. If you are on Instagram and or Twitter, we are at GarthologyCast there. We do appreciate the interaction. We appreciate the direct messages, the shares, the likes, the tweets, and the retweets. So keep it up. We hope you guys are enjoying the Garth Brooks Wordle game that we have going on. We enjoy seeing all the interaction there, and we appreciate the support.
Be sure to join us for our next episode of Garthology. That will be Season 3, Episode 10, and will be available on our podcast platform of choice on April 27th. Until then,
this has been Season 3, Episode 9 of Garthology, and I'm Deb.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Jess. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
You tried so hard. Bye.
I was too late.
You're a little slow there.
Look at our co-host. Look at he's so cute.
What's up, buddy? What are you
He's
doing, you
so
big teefer guy? You got two teethers?
I cannot believe how big he is. I was just there.
He's gonna need a legit fucking tire swing in a minute. He's so
I
big.
know, right?
Oh, Pete, I forgot to tell you I'm doing some breaking news.
Okay, I figured you would. I was waiting. I was excited to see what it was.
So, recently announced, Garth Brooks is set for Birmingham, Alabama. Let me do that
Whoa,
over since I don't know how to say
Alabama.
Alabama.
Alabama who?
Alabama.
Alabama?